Hi again. Jesus. Okay. This is the fourth time I have tried to do this podcast, but I don't know what's going on today. I can't um talk properly, and I'm babbling too much. So I'm trying to rein myself in because I don't want to be doing this all afternoon. Um, yes. So. I obviously it's not quite time for a new video thing. I should be doing it Monday, but I am going to be in Ireland on Monday. I'm performing there on Sunday, as you do. So I thought I will update the internet today. And also, Marie and I had a rehearsal yesterday, so I thought, well, this is a good time to update the people. Yes, so we had a rehearsal yesterday, and poor Marie, who is a wonderful person. She's a lovely, lovely human being. And she's very nice to me, considering I think I'm probably a terrible person to work with, because all the time we agree on something and we talk about it and we go, yes, that's great. That's what we're going to do. The next rehearsal I come in and I'm like, I've been thinking, and actually I think that we should do this, and she's like, no. Um, anyway, so this is what I did to her yesterday. So I told you in the last podcast that we had a read through of our new script, and it was all decided and we liked it and it was great and there weren't many changes. And then we were going to start proper rehearsal yesterday, and in the time it took me to walk from Angel Tube Station to her house, which is about 10 minutes, I was like, no, we can't start rehearsal. I haven't finished the script. The script is not done. I know what is wrong with the script and I am going to solve it, and I'm going to solve it today. So I arrive at her house and I'm like, we haven't answered these questions. There are two questions that we have to answer, and we haven't done it, and it has to be done. And she listened to me, and she sort of was like, really? Do we have to? I don't know that we need to really. Is it that necessary? Considering we have a show in 2 weeks. And I was like, nope, it has to be done. You're going to leave for half an hour. I'm going to write this piece, and then we're going to read through it again, and it's all going to be amazing. So the questions that I thought that I had failed to answer, as far as I was concerned, was why these two people? So specifically, why has she chosen these two people to be obsessed with, and why now? Why this story now? So why these people? Why now? Which are fairly big questions. I mean, obviously, we went through Brighton Fringe Festival without having those questions kind of answered very clearly, and most people enjoyed it, and I think a lot of them probably provided their own answers to those questions. But I think that if we really want to sort of put our stamp on it and say, this is the reason that we're doing this show, then we should come up with the answers to these questions ourselves. And I mean, I still like subtlety. I don't want to be hitting the audience over the head with these answers, but I feel like the clues should be there if they want to kind of put it together and try and figure out what we're trying to say. So yeah, I did that. It took me half an hour, 40 minutes. I wrote out the new section. I changed sections around, and then we read through it, and it went okay. Like, the new bits that I'd written worked, but suddenly you started realizing that some of the other the flow of the piece didn't quite work as it had done, and some of the stuff that we had put in later on in the piece didn't fit with some of the new stuff that I'd put in. So that was really frustrating, but I sort of was like, no, it's just going to have to be some small little adjustments, and we'll get there. To me, at this point in the play, it feels like, okay, well, it means, like, it feels like all the big decisions have been made. Like, you kind of know what's going on with the play. Like, it's a big arc, and you've got the basic narrative structure and all the rest of it. And the rest of it, you're just kind of adjusting things. Like, it's just little adjustments everywhere. And to me, it kind of feels like trying to put together, like, jigsaw puzzles. pieces. So and not like a really easy jigsaw puzzle, like, you know, the ones with the big pieces and the like nice picture. It's like if you're doing like one of those like 10,000 piece jigsaw puzzles, and you're trying to like, you know, get the section of sky blue together, and they're all tiny little pieces, and everything looks like the same fucking color blue, and you're kind of sitting there kind of like, no, this piece has to fit with this. I can tell that this piece definitely fits with this piece, and you sort of sit there for however many minutes trying to smush them together and forcing them to fit because you're absolutely certain that they do. But but then you eventually kind of go, you know, give up, and you're like, okay, well, all right, obviously they don't fit together. I have to find the piece that actually does fit there. And this is an incredibly long analogy, but the point is that at the moment, well, at least yesterday, that was what it kind of felt like with this play, was that I had, you know, been spending all this time smushing these two sky blue tiny pieces of jigsaw together, going, no, it's going to fit, it's going to fit, it's going to fit, and then kind of finally giving up and going, no, actually, I have to change something. I have to change some other little things. So yeah, so I mean, what happened at the end of rehearsal? I still had a couple of little pieces to finish. But I thought, well, no, you just wait for the moment. Just, you know, I'd stared at it for ages and I couldn't think of the solution. So instead I went off to Swiss Cottage to have some drinks with some friends, because some Australian friends, because Australian politics this week has just gone crazy. I don't know if you're aware of how crazy it is, but it's crazy. So we had to drink and talk about it. But anyway, the point is, I gave it sort of half an hour, 45 minutes, sat down again, opened the computer, and was suddenly like, oh, no, I know. I can, yeah, no, this is cool. I've got this. Wrote out, I don't know, 2-3 lines, and then suddenly it all fit together again. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if other people find this, but I really do find this these days, is that, like, if I'm working on a problem or I'm trying to, like, get my thoughts together, the bits in between, the thinking bits, are just important as the writing bits. I mean, you can get stuck into this sort of cycle of procrastination, and going, oh no, I need to gather my thoughts, when really all you need to do is just sit the fuck down and write the fucking thing. But I'm swearing a lot in this podcast. I hope I'm not offending people. But yeah, but I mean, you still do need these like gestation periods. And then when you actually do sit down again, the words come a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those like really basic, obvious truths. And my father used to tell me that when I was a teenager working on school assignments. You can't just all finish it, you know, on the one evening. You need time, blah, 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 blah. And I never believed him, because I wanted to be perfect straight away and at all times and with no effort, which doesn't work. So anyway, this is an incredibly long podcast. I have now done it 4 times, so you know, you've listened for 8 minutes, but I've been here for almost 40. So I'm going to end it. That's the end. The lessons to take away here, children, is that you can't do your school assignments or your plays in one day. You need to give yourself some gestation period. And the other lesson is that trying to write a play is like trying to complete a 10,000 piece jigsaw puzzle where all the pieces are fucking sky blue. Okay? Awesome. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I don't know if I have or not. But I'll see you in a week, if not before. Bye.